is Mrs. P. Whew, it has been a minute. First of all, Happy New Year. Cannot believe it is 2025. Oh, I have really tried to wrap my head around that the last couple days. We just got back from Washington yesterday. We got back around 10-ish on New Year's Eve. Today I have spent the entire day going through our budget, our bills, my savings challenges, all of the things. Literally, I have spent that all day doing that. And I finally got time to make the video. I want to do my debt update first. I still need to check in for the last 2 weeks of December, which I will do. I want to do my budget overview for January, and then I want to kind of go over like my goals and things that I plan to do in 2025, because I am going to change things up a little bit, and we have paid off quite a bit of debt, and I will have some extra snowball money, but because we have wedding this year and it is expensive to travel, I am going to kind of split the debt snowball payment with savings. So I will save for the wedding and summer savings, which I have to have, and then we'll still work on paying off debt. We just won't have as big of a snowball because I will allocate a lot of it toward the wedding. But, you know, a lot of you guys have really encouraged me to, you know, prioritize the wedding because, hey, it's a once in a lifetime event, and I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to have any like reservations about spending money towards the wedding. I want to be able to enjoy it and not think about the money. So that is the priority for 2025. Whatever we have left over from the wedding savings, I will apply it to debt. So the wedding is the beginning of October, so we will save for it till then, and then we'll get right back on track with the debt. But this video, I want to kind of show you all the progress we made in 2024. So this is very similar to the debt overview that you saw in my very first video. I don't remember if I made my first video on the 1st or the 2nd of January, but I know that it was one of those 2 days. So my anniversary for 1 year on YouTube is either today or tomorrow. I really wish I had looked that up before I got started with this video, but we made a lot of progress. I've made a lot of progress with my channel. I have learned a lot along the way. I'm not as nervous as I used to be. When I would turn on the video and start talking, it just my mind would go blank. Now it still does, but I don't feel as overwhelmed with it. So when we first started, the first time you met me, I actually talked to you guys, and I don't even think I have it in here, was my update for where we were in 2023. I don't have that. Where we were in 2023. The debts that we had before I ever started this channel was probably double this. We had so many credit cards. It was crazy. And we started out January 2024 with a lot of debt. This is our consumer debt. It doesn't include student loan debt or house payment or mortgage. But looking at this and thinking of how far we've come just really shows me that we made a lot of progress. We had almost $16,000 in credit card debt. We had over $42,000 in vehicle debt, and that was including both the truck in my car and the John Deere Gator. So that's where we started in January. So let's talk about where we are now. Okay, so when we finished off in November, we had paid off all of these debts and we're working on the Citibank card. So I'm going to put this as December's debt update. All right, so Citibank, we ended off with owing $429.37. And I was determined to get that paid off, even though we knew Christmas was coming, and with December comes all kinds of unexpected events. But did we do it? Yes, we did. So we made enough payments to pay this Citibank card off, and now it has a 0 balance, which is awesome. The difference was $429.37 because this was a card that had no interest. My goal was to pay it off before August of 2025, and obviously we hit that goal and beat it. So yay for that. Ortho, that is my daughter's braces. When we finished off last month, we were at $250 that we owed. Our payment is $88 each month. Now we owe $162. She does have an appointment this month to get the braces off, so I plan on paying that off when we go get the braces off. So the difference of that is $88. John Deere. John Deere, when we left off, we had a small little balance of $453.28, or so I thought. That's what I thought the balance was. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We thought the balance was $453.28, but it's actually $462.14, which was not that much more, but it still was a little bit more higher. But our balance is 0. We do not owe any more on that. So that was a difference of $462.14. I was happy to get this thing paid off and out of our lives. I hope my husband never comes home with another John Deere Gator again. Okay, Wells Fargo, this is going to be the next credit card that we are working on. We ended the year with, or November, with owing $6,095.74. No, $95.50. I got off track. Made my regular $75 payment. The new balance is $6,020.50, and that was a difference of $75. This card has to be paid off by July in order to not accrue any interest. So that will be the goal. Car, we have left off at $11,139.74. Made my regular payment of $499. It is now at $10,673.80, which was a difference of $466.13. My car, I don't know if I mentioned this. I thought that it was a 2019. It is not. We bought it in 2019. It was 3 years old when we bought it. I never buy a new vehicle. I buy a used 2 to 3 years old. But when we bought it, it was a 2016, so it is 9 years old. And my husband is really pushing for me to get a new vehicle. We do have equity in this, but I would have to finance a new vehicle. I do not have enough money saved to buy a vehicle. And with all the other bills that we have and things going on, not in any time soon would I have enough money to like repurchase a vehicle in cash. So that is on the radar. I'm just going to warn you now that we are looking to maybe buy a vehicle. It will be used, and I will not go over. I am not I don't even know how to describe it. I'm not one that needs fancy and nice. I do like nice. I don't need fancy. So it'll be just a nice new used vehicle. But I'm going to hold on to mine as long as I can. All right, $16,701.74 is what we owed on. Oh, I see there. I messed up. Who knew I would mess up? Of course. All right. This was 93, not 74. I was like, why is that the same? Okay, so I got off track. All right, so this is my husband's truck. The payments are $470. Now the balance is $16,293.02, and that's a difference of $408.72. So we were able to pay off 2 debts this month, which was great. This was close to just the regular payment, so we were really able only to come up with just enough to pay off that Citibank card. But hey, it was December. December's a tough month. All right, so before, our balance was $35,069.82. We made a total of $2,023.51 in debt payments. That gives us a balance going into January 2025 at $33,149.32, which is great. I am very happy with this number. So we did lose a little bit to interest because of those cars. So $1,929.36 is what actually went and applied to the principal on those debts. So the total amount that we have paid off this year in 2024 of our debt was $24,779.58. I did the math. That was 42.8% that we got reduced our debt. My stretch goal was 50%. We came really close. So I'm not mad at that number at all. Now, this only includes the consumer debt. It does not include my student loans or our mortgage. And as promised, I am going to show you those numbers, even though they are scary big. I have printed out this new little overview so I can track student loans and mortgage. Okay, so this is going to be starting January 1st, 2025. All right, so student loan, I have two of them, student loan number 1 and student loan number 2. They are consolidated because if you know anything about student loans, you will have like a half a dozen a year. They come out in weird increments, but the first student loan is $16,370.16. And my payment for this student loan is $98.06. And then student loan number 2 is $66,733.53. Now, and the payment for this one is $399.76, which together I paid them. They both come out at the same time, so it's like $497.82, I think. But talking about these loans, both of these loans, one's unsubsidized and one's subsidized. I don't even know what the difference is. But they both include parent loans. In fact, I think it's actually this one that includes the parent loan that I took out for both of my boys. They have their own student loans that they pay. I am okay with paying the parent loans because I did not save up money for their college, and I always said I would pay and help them with college, so that is my contribution. So I don't want any money from them. I am just going to pay this and, let it be my contribution to their education. All right, so now for mortgage. Our mortgage balance is $135,317.02. So $135,317 that we owe toward our mortgage. Our payment is right now at $1,140. And this payment does fluctuate because of the escrow shortages, things like that. I did see on our last statement that our escrow is in the negative. So that just tells me that our mortgage will go up again. And I'm not sure when that will happen, but it'll be sometime this year. So anyway, so the total of our student loans and mortgage is $218,420.71. And the total payments that we pay each month is $1,637.82. And I'm not going to fill out anything else. This is what I'll finish filling out at the end of January so that we can see the progress, which I will tell you, these student loans, there's a lot that goes to the interest each month. So not a lot comes off the balance, which is very sad to me, which is another reason why I didn't even like looking at this, because it's just very disheartening to see the numbers not move very quickly. All right, so beginning balance for January 2025 is $218,420.71. So that is that is where we're starting with our, I keep moving that up too high, I'm sorry. That is what we're starting with in January. So I will track this year both the consumer debt and the student loan and mortgage debt. So that is just a look at that. I did want to go back here and just talk about, this was January 2024, that these numbers right here, credit card, we owed almost $16,000 in credit card, and we are down to $6,020.50, which is amazing. Vehicles went down to $26,966.82. And this balance went down to $33,149.32. That is a big difference. Let me zoom in on that so you can see those numbers. So that's the progress we made, which just kind of blows my mind. We almost cut our vehicle debt in half, which is amazing. All right, friends, that is all for my debt update. I am going to get back in the swing of things, and I'll give you a little bit more details on our trip when I do our budget check-in. But we did have a wonderful time in Washington. It was just an amazing trip. We had so much fun. Spending time not just with my son, but his fiance and her family. We get along so well. In fact, her mom even said it feels like we've known you guys forever, and that is exactly what it feels like. Like it's just meant to be. But we had a lot of fun, and all of the traveling went smoothly. We had a few bumpy airport rides, but that was okay. It was just the temperatures and the air and turbulence and that sort of thing, but everything went okay. Everybody got to where they were supposed to get safely. So anyway, friends, that is all I have for today. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.